This is not the Church of Emmanuel, Christ of Latter-day Saints, of Joseph Smith. This is the Church of Jesus Christ.
So plain and precious. Finally, the Book of Mormon is the keystone of
Emmanuel.
Just as the arch crumbles if the keystone is removed, so does all the church fall with the truthfulness of the Book of Mormon. The enemies of the church understand this clearly.
One of our brethren some years ago spoke of the payment of tithing as fire insurance. Nonetheless, the word of the Lord is clear that those who do not keep the commandments and observe the laws of God shall be burned at the time of his coming. For that shall be a day of judgment, a day of sifting, a day of separating the good from the evil. I would venture a personal opinion that no event has occurred in all the history of the earth as dreadful as will be the day of the second coming, as fraught with the destructive forces of nature, as consequential for the nations of the earth, as terrible for the wicked, and as wonderful for the righteous.
Travis Wingoodall. Comment reply time. We got enough of them to do stuff. So I guess I gotta repeat because there's going to be a whole bunch of first-timers here. The Book of Mormon, the keystone of Mormonism, says it's in the learning of the Jews. So thus it's not literal history, it's not Christian, it's not Jesus. Real simple, easy breezy cover girl, or maybe it's Maybelline. And yet everybody gets it wrong. So we start out with Emperor Frankenfurter, on my great and abominable Mormon Christian Church war. And for some reason YouTube flagged this, and I can't figure out why. It must have been the Mormon employee who was working that day to flag it. It says, best to ignore the Mormon cult and their offshoot sects. The biggest scam religion next to Scientology and the Temple of Satan. No, they are the biggest scam organization, and it's Brigham's church, not Joseph Smith's. So thank you for being a parrot of somebody else's words. Nobody gets it. So Johns pulls a naughty no-no. This is my channel, my videos, my content. You want to make a comment, you direct it to me. You do not try to hide by making a comment on somebody else's comment. I know that's what you guys do. I do not allow it. I hold all comments for review for this and many other reasons. And so, John's on prophecies in the Book of Mormon chose to reply to Jasmine's comment that had nothing to do with the topic that you're bringing up. Mormon theology sounds more like those looking for Sasquatch. So how long have you been studying Mormonism? You're an expert in Mormonism, maybe? You know all about it? You know the difference between Joseph Smith's religion and Brigham Young's religion? Do you? He's out there somewhere. We just haven't found him yet. So, Mormon theology? Do you even know what theology is? P.S. Everyone knows Sasquatch is an habitual rock stacker. So when you find rocks stacked along hiking trails in various areas around the country, then that is proof enough Sasquatch exists. Everybody thinks they're a comedian when they're stupid. Here's a Jasmine. Grab Kleenex. Let's get to some of these others. Oh, there's another one. Role playing. Somebody wasted their time to put boring. All you had to do was leave. Instead, Anthony Sullivan reveals himself as the Antichrist. He's a hater. And then Johns finishes up with 2 more on prophecies in the Book of Mormon. The oldest one is kind of long, dear God. Mormons argue that Mormon archaeologists finding no evidence of Book of Mormon cows, horses, pigs, etc. existing before the Columbian period is proof positive cows, horses, pigs, etc. actually existed. Are you Mormon apologists explaining to me? Do you not understand that I put that there as a mockery of the Mormon apologists, and here you are explaining to me? Dear God, what a dumbass. At least you didn't comment on somebody else's comment. There's no chance the Book of Mormon could be wrong or Joe Smith stretched the truth a bit. Oh, you fell for the con. Oh, you think Joseph Smith wrote the Book of Mormon, do you? Who told you that? Was it this current church that told you that? Oh, and you believed them, did you? Oh. You just exposed yourself as stupid. Way to go, Johns. Why doesn't any Indian cave drawings, etc., showing cows, horses, and pigs? What happened to them? Were they all destroyed along with the Nephites? See, now you're just being stupid. You started with an incorrect premise, and you're now branching off from the false conclusion that you made. And you're looking dumber and dumber as you keep on going. Given the prolific nature of cows, horses, and pigs, etc., in the wild, there would have been no need for early European Spanish explorers to bring in, yeah, we got it, you're beating a dead horse. Leave it alone. Either turn it into glue, eat it, or bury it. Don't keep hitting it. So now you're assuming Mormon theology is Joseph Smith's theology. Sounds more like those looking for Sasquatch. He's out there somewhere, and you're back on Sasquatch again. And you put in the same, he's a rock stacker. Dear God. Where do you guys come from? Were you educated to be dumb? Is there some kind of class you have to take? And then he finishes it off with, God creates each of us at the moment of conception. There's the Christian hate. So he's an anti-abortionist and an anti-constitutional. This is kind of long, Jasmine. Maybe I should treat you special. Do a separate one. I've also got a... oh, I forgot to... oh, that's right. Crap. I was in the midst of an email. I forgot to put the song with it. Adamant, desperate but not serious. Yeah, apparently there's a couple that bought a home in Utah that is scheduled for demolition. Oops. Okay. And then there's a couple more Jasmines, but they are on emails. Here we have Paul informing me that on the website he created for me, somebody had sent a comment. He says, I just received this message through your website. It may or may not be authentic. but it seemed less spammy than most of the website messages that have come through so far. Really? You can send those too. I'd like to at least see them. Also, so he's working on a project for me too. We're going to restore the original Doctrine and Covenants of Joseph Smith. And when that's finished, we'll see if I can get it put on Academia for the whole world to see the real Joseph Smith. All right, so Lydia Swanzana. Dear Travis Wayne Goodsell, your channel is explaining the Book of Mormon and exposing the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as an anti-Semitic criminal fraud. Yeah, it's a little more extreme than that. I'm intrigued by your view. Yours new video, Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book, tied to LDS Church, makes me feel bad for the victims. Yeah, Huntsman's. See, Mormons, you can't be a spiritual Mormon. You gotta study. So please forgive me for writing to you and recounting my personal experience. Oh, crap. I'm an ex-Mormon woman. When I was 23 years old, one young missionary had convinced me in no time that his message was truth. Yeah. Was it his eyes? We had that problem in the New York mission before I arrived. There were those missionaries who were baptizing lots and lots of single women. The next year, I married another missionary and was convinced that we were on the right path to the celestial kingdom. Over the years, I had held every calling available to women. And there's a lot. They make a lot of projects for women to do. You know, the curtain designer, the table designer, the refreshment coordinator. You know, the church showing how valuable women are. My husband, a devout Mormon, secretly abusive to me. It makes me suspicious of the Mormon church. After we finally divorced, I read the biography of Emma Smith, written by 2 active LDS women. So you didn't read her autobiography then, huh? I would recommend that over 2 active Mormon women. I learned stuff about LDS history that was shocking, appalling, and devastating. Everything I had been taught was based on the narcissistic fantasies of Joseph Smith, and you believed the church which you knew to be abusive. But my kidnapper said, why would he lie? I could no longer in good conscience remain a member. Since leaving the abusive husband in Mormonism, I have had a peaceful life. Well, that's good, but you still have the incorrect information stuck in your brain. Over the past 2 years, I, with my ex-Mormon friends, have been working to make the public more aware of the truth. What truth? You mean the lie that you were told about Mormonism? We often discuss the dark side of Mormonism in the community ex-Mormon on Reddit. Therefore, I sincerely invite you to post your views. You don't want me to do that, because you will be shamed and humiliated. You didn't go over the Joseph Smith papers. The Joseph Smith papers reveals that this church has lied about Joseph Smith. Everything about Joseph Smith. The Book of Mormon says it's in the learning of the Jews. So was Joseph Smith a Christian? It's just so blatantly obvious, and yet being Mormon makes you dumb, even when you leave. And continue to expose Epstein's ties to the Mormon Church. Your views are so important to understanding and learning how to stop the horrible behavior from Mormons. Apparently, I'm not doing a good enough job to critics who leave the church. I will also invite my friends to follow your videos. Great. Have they been the ones that I've been banning because they're not getting it either? Looking forward to your reply. Yeah, you got it. So yeah, Paul, don't hold anything back. You know, the prophets do. They have screeners of all the mail so that if there's something hateful, they won't show it to the president. It gets sent into the security and it gets put in a vial. But no, show me. I don't care. I do the held for reviews that I just did. People don't concern me or scare me that, oh no, I'm going to be wrong. Somebody's going to expose me. The Book of Mormon is another testament of Jesus Christ. I've been fooled. So, yeah. And then Jasmine will treat you special, like Princess Jasmine.